Hey, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I am Gamion. I will be your game developer for the stream. My co-host Mega Kitty is sleeping in the other room, but maybe she'll come by later. So I'm an indie developer by evening and on the weekends, but by day I am a full-time AAA developer. But in my free time, in my indie time, I'm working on an online multiplayer soccer brawler called Field of Heroes that hope to release by, let's say, before summer. Should be in a demo, hopefully early or mid-spring, in time for future PvP Fest and all that follows it. So tonight, I'm kind of kicking back a little bit, working on some casual UI work. I just want to get the new custom lobby prototyped out and into the playtest coming up on Wednesday. Once that playtest is up, all are invited. You don't have to buy anything. You can just redeem a free copy from from Steam store page. Just go over to this link here, and you can go ahead and play and join us. And it will be live on stream too. So again, this evening working on custom lobbies. So just gonna again take it nice and easy and chill. It's almost Friday. It's almost the weekend here in the States. If you're not in the States, then it's probably Friday. So happy Friday to you. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started here. As soon as I correct my volume here. There we go. Okay, so again, let me show you what I got here. This is a 4K version of the Quick Match Lobby just in the GIMP painting program. And I'm working on getting this frame that's blue on this side. It's going to be red on the other side. And then I'm going to import that into the game itself, and then we'll get to actually see that appear in the game as I do further tweaks from there. But for now, we're just only interested in getting the frame around these names, which, by the way, are also going to change because they don't look good at all to me. So this is, so what I've done is I have existing artwork from my artist, who I will be separating from end of this month. And so I'm taking elements from this and using it to create custom lobby content. This is the leaderboard. I'm sorry, this is the post-match standings board. And we're taking elements from that, putting it into the custom lobby. So just doing a little bit of magic here with the GIMP. And what we do is we want to get this red. We have the left half of this in this blue frame, and we want the other half to be in a red frame. So that's what we're working on now. So we're going to say, first of all, let's clear out the content that's inside here already. Let's get a nice, good zoom in here, and then we'll remove this. Okay, and then we're going to remove the blue because we're not going to use any of the blue here. And then next, let's see, now let's kind of start fitting the red. So it's going to be right here. See if we can get that aligned with the blue frame. We can probably trim off some of this. First, let me make sure that's about right. Yes. Wait, maybe a little high. Let's see. That's close. We don't need this part here. So now let's get a good look at how aligned we are. Could stand to move it down a hair. Maybe, how's that? Okay. All right. I think that's about right. All right. So we still got a lot of. Now we got to do this over here. And actually, let me go ahead and start naming. So we'll say red. Top right. Blue left, center, blue, everything else is blue there. Take that out. What was this? Oh, I guess that's just that. I think it's not using that anymore. Let's just delete it. Okay. And then the background, and that's it. So let's bring this back. Alright, so now we want to get the underside of that. We could maybe just flip this side. I wonder if I can do that and still have it look good. Let me see something here. We're going to use the flip tool. Might work. Let's duplicate this layer. Flip it. Move it down. Yeah, it looks better than I thought it would. Let's get it nice and aligned. Oh, we're not quite there. We gotta move it down further. Might work. Oh, we were so close. We got this little gap here. I'm just going to rename this red top and red bottom. Okay, and then we're going to bring in, we're going to make a copy. That's just this random part here. Let's say maybe this. Need that red center. Yeah, it looks kind of ugly. Well, I know how to fix that, so let's see if there's a better... Alright, what if I did something like this? Add a layer mask. White, full opacity. And then I'm going to do a gradient. Yeah, that'll make it look better, and then we'll apply it. And then we'll do the same with the top. There, now it's kind of more blended together. And then we blended it, so now it looks, I mean, it doesn't look that great close up, but, you know, from outside, it looks, you can't even, it looks a lot more seamless from the outside, I think. Alright, so that's good. So now we got, oh, now we need to do the, this part here. So we got red bottom. So we're going to want to do another layer mask. Oh, you know what? Let me save. Okay, it's saved. Let me duplicate this layer. Back up. Make backups of those layers. There we hide them. And then we're going to do our another alpha. Oh, we didn't want to back that up. We wanted to back up the top. Alright, so we got our backups, so if we screw up, then we're still going to be in good shape. So, save that. And now what I'm going to do is make it, so you got this sharp division here with the red and the blue. We're going to fix that. So let's start with the top. We're going to add a layer mask, white, full opacity, and then we're going to, oops, wrong way. Now look at that. Now it's kind of blending there. Let's get a tighter shot, like here. Let's say, try and get it about centered. And I think that's fine. So now, oh, you know what? Let's do that again, but we're going to do a little more to the right. There, so what you have now is sort of a fade from the blue to the red. We're going to repeat this, we're going to save that as it is. We're going to repeat this with the bottom. So, same thing. We're going to add layer mask. And then start about here. Go about here. I want it to be about centered. Okay. Good. So that looks roughly the centered. Save that. Okay, now we're going to take this. So here we have the this is the old non-2K or non-4K resolution version. Let's copy this layer. See if you can paste it into here. What? Let's try it again. That's better. And we're going to scale this by 200% because this is, again, this is a 2K, based on a 2K resolution. We want 4K, so we're going to double the scale here. Ooh, we want to scale the layer, not the image. All right. Well, it's late on a Thursday night, so I'm going to just use a super quick calculator to get this. Okay, that's didn't work out right. Oh, here we go. So we got this. We're going to have to probably scale it even more. Let me see something. Oh yeah, in this mock-up I made it. Oh, we actually need to bring the blue up. Yeah. It's too far low. Let's forget this for a minute. We're going to have to move this blue up. How do we do that? So what do we got? Starting with this layer. Oh, it's already kind of combined. We may not need the middle anymore, but we might. Alright. So what do we do here? I'm going to have to... That's the blue. We're going to move this. Hide that. So we're left with these two. And that's going to be blue bottom left. We're just going to move that up. But by how much? Let's see. We're going to obviously we're going to shrink. These don't really need all that much space anyway. We're just going to bring this up. Let's say bring this up to here. Or better yet, do we really want it taking up that top of the screen there? Let me hide the blue for a sec. Yeah, I want there to be more space. So here we have this, and this will be the blue top left. And we're going to crop content. And we still have the center here, so let's move the top down a bit. Yeah, that's it. Give it more. Let's move it by... Oh, zoom in. Make it more fine of a move. Let's do... Let's say... .64. Should be okay. Yeah. Second thought, let's move it a little less. Say 48, 47. Or 49. Let's see, how does that look? I think that'll work. You can always change it later too. Then also we're going to move this up. Because I want there to be space, roughly about, what was it, 48 pixels here? I want it to be 48 pixel space down here too. Kind of eyeballing this a bit here. All right, just down another smidge. Okay. Well, actually, you know, the background's kind of... Yeah. Let's keep it there. All right. And then we'll reveal the center again. Okay, that still kind of fits. Now we got to bring the red in line. So let's bring the red top down. And the bottom. What was this chunk from? Oh. Oh, I didn't move that. Oh, whoops. That should have been... That little piece should have been... Oh, blue top should have been at the bottom left. Maybe I can fix that. Let me save it before I forget. So what we're going to do is... This is in the top left, so we're going to... Let's make that. New layer. We're going to move it up to where it should have been. So we're going to hide the red for a sec, so I can see it. I think down a bit. Okay. Then we do is blue bottom left. Let's merge it down to the bottom left where it belongs in the first place. And voila. Now let's bring in the red again. Okay. So now I think that looks better proportion. Well, so the top and here. That might be fine. I don't think I want to see it in Unreal Engine. So, what do I do next? Now let's bring in this thing from before. And again, I want to scale this to fit this region here. I'm going to start by scaling it. Oh, first let's add it to the layer. Put it at the top. Although really, technically, it should be behind. So let's move it down here. And we're going to scale this. Let's see, 86, 172, 0, why not? How do we look? Okay, so now a little more on target. I'm going to make it bigger, though. 172. Let's run it up to 1800, see how that looks. I want to make it as big as possible, but not any bigger than that. Because then it starts getting kind of pixelated. Okay, I can live with that. And then when I did, let's see, so we'll say left panel, left background. We'll duplicate this layer. I'm just going to call it right background. We're going to mirror it like this. Oops, wrong way. Horizontally. Move that over. want to make sure I don't move the height, so I want to be careful here. Move this over. That's too much. $17.31. Oh, don't want to move the wall. There we go. Okay. So that's an issue. I think these might be a little too big horizontally. Unless I move this. No, no, this one needs to be more this way. So I'm going to scale these down a bit horizontally. That's 1700. What if I did this one by 1700 as well? No, I think it needs to be 1750. Oh. Make this one 1750. Oh, now that's one needs to be moved more to the left. All right. So this is going to be where the player slots persist. So hide these, and you gotta have like 5 slots. But I'm going to probably use a dimmer texture because that makes the text harder to read. Okay, so now we're doing better. Now I want to take just this and import it into the game. So I'm saved. I'm going to hide the background, so we just have this. Alright, and then crop, export. Yeah, well, Matt, first quest, I didn't plan on streaming tonight, and I was totally not going to. And then I got about a third of the way through this, and I thought, you know, I think I'm gonna stream. Yeah, I really, honestly didn't plan on streaming today at all, but this work is kind of chill, it's not using a lot of brain power, I think, and I don't know. Okay, so alright, so we did that. So now we have the image. Let's load it into the game. Because I have plans for the other parts of this. But that said, I don't plan on streaming for very long. But again, let's see if I ruin that prediction too. And for those of you who aren't familiar, Matt's Birth Quest is another developer, and I think you should check out their channel sometime.
Is that it? Am I doing it? I guess I don't have really full lips. I think that was it. I think that was a good duck face. I look like I'm constipated. I shouldn't do duck face, should I? Maybe I could blow raspberries. That's close to duck, right? That was actually a really great duck face. Like, if you were to still frame capture that.
Yep, so definitely give them a follow. It's got some cool stuff going on. Alright, so let's re-import this. So this is what I just made in the GIMP image editor. So now this is kind of the background for the custom lobby team lists. This is intended for 4K resolutions. That's one thing I learned from my artist is Unreal will let you, by default, you're making things in 1280 by 720, but you want to think about high resolution monitors, which many gamers have, especially those crazy wide ones that I have no idea how they have such as widescreen monitors. So, for one thing, this is a menu that I designed myself, so I need to move this here. So now we have our aspect ratio and proper proportions. So with that, now we should be able to import the list. So let's bring it in. What did I call it? Custom lobby player list box. We'll do size to content. Size to content makes it so it'll take the size in here and make sure it meets the size here. And it looks like I did it right because you can see it looks looking good. I'm going to center this and center it like that. There, now that's centered. Blue team on the left, red team on the right. And now I need to adjust these blue and red team lists to be the proper proportion to fit in here. So let's move that like... Alright, oof. Move this. So I got to take the heading. I got to take the header row out and put the heading somewhere else. So let me open this list. Oh, header. Yeah, we can just hide this. So I don't want to delete it yet because this is all experimental. So that's collapsed, and then we'll hide it here. Same with the other team. We will make it hidden collapsed in the game, and then we will hide it from the design. All right, and then let's take this box, shrink it a bit. Notice again, it's not shrinking the content, but that's okay. Oh, I had it centered. Yeah, actually, yeah, that should be centered too. Okay, that's good. All right, and then the actual list resolution here. All right, good. And then we're going to do the same with the other list. What was my position? Is -877. Let's do the same with the other list. And what's the size? Yeah, let's 813. Let's just call it 813. Same here. Now it's okay that the this isn't showing. So now what I need to do is shrink the size of each of those list entries. So how do I do that? Well, let's look at the widget for the list entry. I believe I had a size. Yeah, min to height. Let's switch that. Come to think of it, what's the height in here? Let me go back to this. Wait, can I do this from here? Now I gotta do this one. What was the height I had? Is there like, where's a... I forgot which one of these is like the ruler. One of these. Let's select. What's this? Fuzzy select, crop, flip. I thought there was a ruler tool. Measure. Alright, let's see if I can measure how tall this is. Oh, 74 pixels. Okay. 70. Okay, so I gotta multiply that by 2 because again, this is 2K. So we're gonna do 148. So let's force this to be 148 tall. And then we need to look for any elements that are making it bigger. The width override. Why is this? Oh, because I have a custom size. We want 148 here. Okay. Now, these boxes look terrible, but that's okay. We're going to get there. We're going to get to that in a bit. Okay, that's better. So now they fit. Now I kind of want to move the list up a hair. Let's move that 880? 885. Okay, we can do that. Okay, it looks like it's not overlapping the bottom, so... Alright, that's better. I like this. So... That looks good. Now, I'm going to steal an element from another lobby. We're going to look at the quick play lobby. So let's go in here. Again, I'm just taking my artist's work and repurposing some of it. This frame right here, I want to use... Well, actually, this choose your hero stuff. Let's go in here. All right. This... Oh, it's all one image. Oh. Where is that, anyway? Where's the show the source path? Oh, okay, so that is baked in. Where is that texture? Oh, did I move it? Yeah, I probably moved. Sometimes you rearrange folders, but in rearranging the folders, the assets still keep those same source paths, and you have to kind of update them. But that's okay. I don't need to right now. Let me just find it in my folder. My lobby. Where did I put it? Searching Windows real quick. Here we go. Lobby textures. Placement final. All right, found it. All right, so we're gonna do another transplant. Oh, wow, that's big. Yep, very high resolution. It's just the way that my artist likes it. Oh, wow, that's... Okay, it's this bottom one that I'm interested in. And this frame, actually, let's take the frame first. That's what I'm more interested in right now. I'm going to try to get it nice and tight. Export as custom lobby player, custom lobby levels, field select. Get to that. Okay, and then I want this bottom part. But I only want the patching. I only want the well, I don't know what material it is, cloth, I guess. All right. And to get that, I want to trim off this, like the wooden pole stuff. So what I can probably do to that, select it by color. Let's get the blue out of the way first. Maybe I should increase the threshold to 30. So you select more of the blue tint. Now I want to be careful not to select too much because some of it is kind of tied in with the parchment a bit. Okay. So to get the rest of this, I'm going to need an eraser. I know there's an eraser tool somewhere. Yes. We're going to need a bigger size than 1. And we want it to be, I prefer a square. Too big. Alright, we can work with this. Alright, let's start cleaning this up. Curious to know what other software developers who are watching use. Is this the GIMP? What does everyone else use? Now let's just soften this a bit. More like 8. There we go. Oh, gotta get this here. Zoom in even tighter. Put key in 4. Nope, gotta get a bigger eraser for this. So yeah, why would someone be watching Thursday Night Football or watching a esports tournament when they could be watching this? It's so much fun. All right, back to the 4. We're going to want a very, very small eraser for this part. Right here. Oh, we got some more here. Alright, that's coming along really good. I want to save this before I screw anything up. Hey, howdy Detonator, how's it going? yeah, I couldn't miss the giant Death Star. There's even a bigger one than that, but it's only when another certain specific viewer comes in which, by the way, you can change your avatar if you scroll down the Twitch website a bit, or go to the About Me section. Then it should let you change your avatar. So for those of you who are joining late, I am working on the custom lobby UI. So my artist gave me elements for the quick match lobby, and also a leaderboard. And to try to keep the style persistent in the game, I'm using those assets and literally repurposing copies of them into the UI, this custom lobby UI. So I think I just got this half of it looking good. Now I get this half to work on next. Let's shrink that bit. Now I could say to them, look, can you give me like these piecemeal components, but they're pretty busy, and this is actually I can do quick. Not only that, but I think as a game developer for this long, I really think I should have at least a minimum level of being able to do stuff like this. Minimum level of being able to do art, or at least manipulate existing art. Also, there will be a playtest this coming Wednesday in U.S. Central Time. If anyone is interested, you can get the game for free, the playtest edition from Steam, and you can join in on the game next Wednesday when I'm streaming, and it will be a lot of fun. If you have a lot of fun with it, then feel free to drop by a wishlist too. Okay, this one. Alright, I think I got it. Alright, let's tune that up. Looks like an application your kid uses for school, Krita. Huh? So yeah, this is the GIMP. It's open source image editor. I used to not care for it very much because it was hard to use, but they made the interface much nicer over the years, and I'm getting the hang of it. Now here's the funny thing. This is like version 2.1 or 2.10. And then they came out with version 3 and they changed a bunch of controls, and I had a lot of trouble using it, so I stayed at 2.10. I don't think that's what they meant for users to do, but here we are. I tried it again recently. I just could not figure out how to do half the stuff I knew how to do before. And it seems like a lot of software vendors just like to change things, and maybe it is more ergonomically correct. I'll give you that, but I don't know. I had a lot of trouble picking things up. Things that were easy to do here in 210, I just could not do in 3. Okay, let's see how this looks. Look here. Oh, good. It looks good to me now. Let's save that and export it. Okay. Now we're back to this here. Now I want to replace this dark box with that banner. So let's proceed with adding a new image. Whoa. That was weird. So let's image, bottom banner, and I gotta import this into the engine. Custom lobby textures, let's bring that in. Let's make it a UI space. Now the thing is, I honestly don't really know what putting this in the UI texture group does. I do know that in Unity 3D, doing that will actually make it render like a UI element instead of a 3D texture. So who's older, you or AFGP? AFGP is older than I am by 3 years. Okay, let's see how this looks. Let's give it a better name. T custom. I have to prefix my textures with T underscore. We're going to import this. Okay, that's kind of big, but let's try it out. Maybe it's not that big. Maybe I can. Maybe we'll stretch it out a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna need to stretch it out. I'm gonna see what size I want it to be. What if I want to make it like... I want to keep the aspect ratio. It won't let me do that easily. Is there a way to... I want to keep the aspect ratio. Alright, what's the size? 2495. Alright, what's the width I put on it? Something like this. Okay, it's too wide. Let's make it more this way. And we can get rid of this border now. No, still way too wide. There's not as much margin on the top as I thought. Maybe I need to move this down a bit. Yeah, this needs to come down a bit. Oh wow, not that much. Let's do... Okay, we're closer. I'm thinking about this. want to make that a little wider. And make this a little wider. And I'm going to bring these down. What was the offset top? Make that a little wider again. Okay, let's see what 2476. What's this one? 2495. Oh. Well, that's not too far from... Wait, 2476. So if I size the content... Oh, okay. Well, maybe this will work. You know, if I move the... No. No, this needs to be taller. Let me go back to that screen again. No, but that's too tall. Alright, I got an idea. So this was... how big? $24.95, $648. Now, what if I make it taller? Now it looks kind of stretched, but if I render it like a box, give it some margins. Yeah, that can work. So this is a little trick. Another thing Unreal Engine lets you do is you can render images like a box so that it doesn't look all stretched out too much. Let's see how that looks. Alright, we're getting there. Maybe I'll move it just a hair more to the right. Well, yeah, just a hair more, because I want this margin and that margin to be be closer together. Yeah, that's better. Now, this part here, this is where that frame comes in. Custom lobby select. Here we go. And that's what we want. Let's make that a UI. Oh boy. Let's fix that size right now. Where'd it go? Alright, it's probably too big. Well, maybe not. Move it here. I want to hide this. I want to see how this looks. Now, I'm going to have to do something about the background here. Where was that? that. Yeah, let's save this for the moment. And we don't want to save this. Or do we? No. Yeah, this color I want to hide. There. Now follow me on this. Export. Then re-import. Now it doesn't look so bad over here anymore. See? Now it kind of blends in more. But we still want to move more to the left, make space for the rest of the elements. So let's move it about here. Use the nails as guides. Let's move it like right here. Let's see how that looks. Maybe down just a smidge. Up. Alright, now we're going to bring in the match header. We probably don't need this header, at least not in its current form. Let's make this hidden. Oh, oops. Now let's align this with the box. Interesting. Kind of blends in pretty good. I could probably thicken the frame. Oh, I know. I'll just make the button smaller. Yeah, that can work. Now I'm going to fix the highlight on this, but that'll come later. So, let's see what we got here. Yeah, these need to be updated because they're really throwing off the whole aesthetic. And as for back this stuff, what color, what font did I use in the quick play lobby? What was that font color? That. Copy that. We're going to apply it to this text. Probably want to use another color for the actual value, but we'll get to that later. It's more important are the slots right now. Let's write the game name. Okay. That'll get us a little farther. Now let's deal with the slots. And let me open up this again. Okay, these slots now, I may just need to grab this by itself and bring it into 4K. We can make a new image from clipboard. What? That's not what I wanted. Oh, I must have copied them from the wrong layer. Which one was it? Which layer? This one? There we go. We're just gonna make layer transparency, and then we're gonna delete the dark stuff, the most darkest color, and I think that should get us. Nope, too much. Let's be a little more picky in our color selection. Let's just do 4 pixels. Yeah, let's do 8. Alright, that's better. And I can probably use an eraser to touch this up just a hair. And it won't show too well. I won't show very much on the dark background, but that's okay. I still want to touch it up a bit anyway. Just want to get these harder spots. Alright, that's better. Not perfect, but better. Let's just roll with it and see how it looks. We'll save it as custom lobby player slot. And this is in 2K resolution. So I think I better test it out in 4K. I want to see how big that looks. Yeah, I already checked that out. So we're going to scale this by 100%, or 200%. Wait, that's 162? What was the height? 148. Oh, okay. So we actually want 148. Alright, what that means is this might be too wide. Or I can just stretch this a little more horizontally. But let me start with this. Oh, is it 148? Okay. Let's go with that. I may actually shrink this a bit if the slots are too close. Oh yeah, in fact, I'm most likely, very good chance I will, actually. Oh, actually, that fit better than I thought, but I think it's still going to be too big. So it looks a little blurry, too. Oh, no, that can work. Oh, it's too wide over there. Wait, how is it wider on the right? Oh, That's weird. Alright, I gotta realign that. But I think I'm gonna skip that part for the moment. Also, this play button seems out of place. It doesn't look right in front of that banner. I want to look at that next before I get down to cleaning this up a bit more. What did I do again for the custom lobby? Oh, okay, I had a green button like that. Yeah, let's bring that over. Hide this button. Ew, that doesn't look good. Can I stretch this? Whoa, why is the image not stretching with that? Oh, really? It's... Oh, hey, you're supposed to be hidden. Go, stop. Oh, that's right. It must update its own... Yeah. Yeah, let's disable this for the moment. Okay. Those are going to be hero icons, and these are just player names. Okay, I'm going to do a comparison here. I want to see if I have the original. So this is going to be now the side-by-side time. We're going to keep this for now. I'm going to launch the game to look at the current it crashed. Let's see what happened just now. Oh, it didn't even have a log. Ooh, that's fascinating. Oh, there it is. Let's see how it crashed. RHI command list. Okay, so it's probably like probably DirectX problem again. Rive. Yeah, it's a Rive error. Alright, let's try that again. Oh, crashed again. See if it's the same reason as before. Paint texture uploads. Okay. Let's see if there's any looking for memory usage. Nope, nothing looks out of the ordinary. All right. Okay. That's what I want to get. The screenshot. Oh, it wouldn't let me... Oh, it didn't let me take a screenshot? Wow, that's weird. Let me try that again. Okay, let's see if that screenshot took. Yep, that worked. And now the moment of truth. Which one looks better? Now the moment of truth. So this is the old one. And this is a new one. This is old and new. Now, which one looks better? Yeah, let's bring that back up. So here we just have blue team, red team, game name, join access up here. And then we have level selection here with the settings. And then down here, we've got kind of more... So here's what it's going to be from left to right. Left, this is going to be your hero. You will have a hero selected by default, and then you can change it. And then you can switch teams. You can switch teams here. Press this button, it'll take you on the red team. This button will be red here, and then you take that and take you back to the blue team. And then you have a player name here. And but it won't have your Steam icon, just your name. Then you have your level selections here. Some vital stats over here instead of at the top. And then a ready button, which I guess is okay there. And then the chat. And this doesn't even have the chat enabled by default, and I think that's bad. When you do custom lobbies, you want to have the chat window open all the time. So, that's what we got. And I think with a little more tweaking here, adding shadows, maybe, or outlines to the player names, I'm going to make these slot appearances dimmer and proper aligned. We're going to put the properties sheet inside the map chooser. I think I like the bottom right more. Not only that, but I think the bottom right more closely aligns with, let me show you. It also more aligns more with Warcraft 3. So, which is kind of, which I looked at a bit. So you got the teams on the left, and so I can see at a glance with the teams. Well, the team numbers are here. You can change the team numbers there, but you can kind of see at a glance who the players are in the game, and there's plenty of space for more. We're 5v5. Then you have your map here. I imagine you can just click on this to change your map. Same with this. And then you have the start game. Oh, I'm gonna need a ready. Oh, I should have ready buttons for each of these players. I'm gonna need to, just like in the quick match. But we have space here we can use for other things. Maybe other match settings, not specific to the map, but I don't know, maybe other settings, or I have a description of the map here too, maybe, or a summary of how many players there are and who the host is. Yeah, which would be nice. Maybe have the host's name appear, a special color or something. So, yeah, I think this looks better, and really it looks more in line with the game's art. We're literally using assets from other menus that are well established. Maybe the chat window could do with some improvement. Maybe I could have it more opaque, use a more consistent font. But I like this more, and I think I'll iterate on this further. That said, I'm not my AAA work is mainly engineering. I'm not a good art director or art designer or even an artist. But this looks functional to me. Like I could understand what's going on here. I know who's in the game. I know what teams they're on. I know the level we're playing. I'll have the level name here too, and I can ready up when I need to be ready. And as a non-server, I could click on this and look at the map options too. So, yep, I think this will work. And it's also kind of keeping in line with the kind of semi-cartoony. I know these aren't sharper. I know like the older games had these more sharp lines and more metallic lines, but we're going with this instead. More wood, more cartoony. So I think I'm going to stick with that and iterate on what I've got. So with that, it is getting kind of late where I am, and I got to work tomorrow, so I think I'm at a very good breaking point here. So let me see who else is streaming, and I can maybe do a little raid off here. Okay, Ice Bear and Jed. Okay, I'm going to take us to Ice Bear Bear. They are working on a Twitch extension RPG, which looks interesting. So let's go see what they're up to. So thanks everyone for coming on this bonus stream night, and I'm going to raid us off to Ice Bear Bear, and I will be streaming again Monday. I'm going to do a playtest stream on Monday. I'm going to be preparing for the Wednesday playtest on Monday. So I'm going to try to find bugs, going to try to find whatever I can find to fix in time for the big playtest, which is Wednesday. So again, don't forget to check out the game. You can get a copy of your own at playtest. And I will see you all again on Monday. So until then, have an excellent weekend.